Are you overwhelmed by all the tasks that you need to complete? Are you an entrepreneur who is looking to grow your team without having to add employees? Well, then you might need to consider outsourcing. In this video, I walk you through what you should outsource based on Chris Ducker's awesome book, Virtual Freedom. Stay tuned. Hey, it's Brian Dixon, and you are watching The Advanced Show, innovative shortcuts and actionable strategies to help you dream bigger, take action, and keep moving forward. I've been outsourcing tasks online for over 6 years. My outsourcing journey started in 2007 when I first read Tim Ferriss's groundbreaking book, The 4-Hour Workweek. At the time, I was juggling being a classroom teacher and a doctoral student. I was also trying to enjoy sunny San Diego and be a present husband. There was just not enough time in the day. And that is when I discovered the power of outsourcing. After a particularly grueling research assignment for my class, I had an idea as I drove the 45 minutes back from school. What if I narrated my assignment? I took out a digital voice recorder that I had with me for taking class notes and began to dictate my paper on the drive home. When I arrived home after 10 o'clock at night, I uploaded the MP3 voice file to elance.com and agreed to pay someone $21 to transcribe and edit my paper. Then I went to bed. When I woke up the next morning, I couldn't wait to check my email. And what I found shocked me. There it was, an edited Word document version of my research paper, almost ready to be handed in to my professor. I read through it, made a few changes, and sat back and enjoyed the rest of the week, while all of my classmates were stressing out about the paper that they had to write. And this was my first foray into the world of outsourcing. Over the last 7 years, I've experimented in many ways with outsourcing, but it wasn't until recently that I got my hands on a copy of the outsourcing manual, Virtual Freedom, by Chris Ducker. In this awesome book, Chris explains what you should outsource. He calls it your 3 lists of freedom. There are things that you don't like to do, things that you're not good at, and things that you shouldn't do. As a speaker and consultant, these 3 lists have shown me exactly what I can and should be outsourcing. Chris explains in Virtual Freedom that most entrepreneurs struggle with superhero syndrome. We believe that we can do it all, but that is unsustainable. When we try to do it all ourselves, we don't free ourselves up to do our best work and we burn out. Instead, try this activity. Take a piece of paper and write 2 vertical lines separating the paper into 3 columns. The first column is a list of the things that you don't like to do. The middle column is a list of the things that you can't do. And the third is a list of what you shouldn't do. These 3 lists of freedom have been a lifesaver for me as I ventured out on my own. The first list is made up of everything that I don't want to do. For me, this includes accounting, any monotonous tasks like transcriptions, and anything that I can systematize like keyword research. The second list of freedom that Chris Ducker explains in Virtual Freedom is made up of things that I'm not that good at. And this is where superhero syndrome rears its ugly head. Because let's face it, if you're an entrepreneur, you probably think that you're good at everything. And if you're not, you can probably learn how to do it. That's how I used to feel before reading Virtual Freedom. But the reality is that there are other people that are better at doing things than I am. I could learn how to do QuickBooks and get certified as a tax accountant, but doesn't it just make sense for me to get my tax guy to do that? I could become an advanced website coder and take a class on CSS at night at a community college, but doesn't it make sense that I just hire somebody for 20 or 30 bucks to fix my website? In fact, there's a whole list of things that I'm not that great at that somebody else can do faster, cheaper, and better than me. And the third list, and this is my favorite one, is the list of things that I should not be doing. I might be able to do it, I might have the time to do it, but it is not my sweet spot. Working in your sweet spot is the key to being a successful entrepreneur. When you focus on what only you can do and outsource everything else, you have the opportunity to create content that can change the world. Recently, I found an awesome video editor. Working with him has not only freed up my time from editing, because it was taking me 2 to 3 hours to edit every single episode, but it also freed up space in my brain to allow me to focus on content creation. I can now take the time that I was spending on editing and think about creating episodes and content that are relevant to you. In fact, hiring this awesome video editor has helped me create and launch my first online course. If you are looking for a clear plan to help balance your life and work, check out lifeworkcourse.com. So what about you? Are you thinking, yeah, right, I'm a stay-at-home mom. There's no way that I could outsource. Okay, look, just for fun, I want you to try the 3 lists of freedom exercise. When the kids are taking a nap, grab a piece of paper and divide it into the 3 columns. Write a list of the things that you don't like doing, a list of the things that you're not that good at, and a list of all the things that you shouldn't be doing. No matter who you are or what you do, I guarantee that you'll find at least a few regular tasks that you could have someone else do that would save you time, save you stress, save you some money, and even free you up to focus on what you're really good at. Ready to get started on your outsourcing adventure? I would love to hear about it in the comments below. And don't forget to pick up your copy of Chris Ducker's Guide to Outsourcing, Virtual Freedom. For more practical tips and actionable strategies to help you advance in your life and work, click here to subscribe to The Advance Show. I'd also like to invite you to become an Advance Insider, my free VIP group where you receive new training, info on upcoming workshops, and exclusive downloadable resources. Click this button right over here or visit theadvanceshow.com/insider. Thank you for watching this episode, and remember, today is your day to outsource. This is really good, actually. Oh, hi. Hi, you're watching The Advance Show. Groundbreaking book. Where's it best? It's best on this. The book is good for breaking ground. I've been outsourcing tasks. It's magic. Superhero syndrome. It's pretty cool. Good flow there. The reality is, you're not that good at that. Shocking. Bing. Tripping over my words. Man, you tripping over your words. It was actually pretty awesome.